Distinguished Toastmaster Satish Menon, remove the earphones. Remove the earphones. Distinguished Toastmaster Satish Menon.
Good morning, everybody. Now, this is an invention which most of us will be very familiar about, the earphone. And it's revolutionized the way we connect and we listen and we speak. Everywhere you go, you see people hooked on to their earphones, either listening to music or watching a movie or reading an audio book or having conversations with people near and dear to them. So much so that this is an invention which actually helps if you want to stay away from difficult conversations. You don't like to converse with somebody, just plug in an earphone and you are on your in your own sweet world. It also helps, especially when you're traveling in trains and flights, to put your earphones to stay away from the sound which is happening around you. And I sometimes wish that people who listen to music or watch movies without an earphone, we should actually be gifting them one. So carry a bunch of earphones with us. Anybody who's putting a movie out very noisily, say, here, use this. People who travel by trains would have experienced this scene. But what this has done to us, in a way, it has helped us connect with people. In a way, it has helped us listen more to what we want to listen. In a way, it's given us the clarity to understand things in a different manner. But what it has taken away from us is the human connect. Whenever you see instances of a family sitting around and having a dinner, most of the time they will be glued onto their individual mobile devices, often using a earphone. When we are traveling by train or by flight, almost 90% of the passengers would either be on a earphone listening to various things on their mobile devices. So, what are we missing in all this? What we are missing is the human connect. I remember as part of my growing up years, when I used to travel during summer vacation from Mumbai all the way to Kerala, the train journey took 36 hours. And in those 36 hours, when there was no mobile phone, there was no internet, the only way you could spend the 36 hours in a great manner was with conversing to passengers or your co-travelers. And that conversations built friendships, which in some cases have lasted the test of time. There's a lot that you could learn from people. There's a lot that you could share ideas with, have common ideas, common thoughts. There's a lot that you could understand. And by the time the 36-hour journey got over, you never felt that you were on a train for 36 hours. So that was the connect. And without the mobile phone, a lot of those conversations and those connects later on transpired over inland letters or those occasional STD calls, but some of them still are there. Today, if you travel, you wouldn't even talk to the passenger next to you on a flight because all of us are in our own world. Sometimes we don't want to talk to because we said, no, I don't want to talk to that person. We will search the internet, we will go to Facebook, we will go to LinkedIn, we will try to connect people who are seven seas away. But we are so apprehensive about talking to the person sitting next to us when we are traveling on a flight or a train. Even in groups, when you go together, a lot of time when people jump on a bus, they would just put an earphone. There are very few who would start conversations. And what are we missing out in all this? We are missing out the connect. 36-hour journey I talked about. I know of a CEO of an organization. The way he used to do sales was he used to buy tickets for business class in any sector in India and travel on that business class sector. and speak to the person sitting next to him, because he knew that most of the decision makers of companies in India will fly business class. So you strike up a conversation with the person next to him, and by the time the flight lands in this destination, he would have made the sale. Then he used to call up his salespeople and say, now you can go and connect with so and so and do the rest of the paperwork. That was his way of connecting to people and building a connect. Once on a travel from India to the US, I struck up a conversation with a co passenger sitting next to me, and he was an American. By the time I landed in the US city, I knew a lot about what I could see, where I could go and eat, where I could drink, what are the great places to visit, how do I travel around, which no tour book or nothing going on Google would have helped. It's only that conversation which helped me to understand how to explore that city better. Now, on that 7 hour flight, if I'd just put my earphones and kept silent, I would have never learned that. I would have never understood what lies in that city, which goes beyond what you see in tour books or Googling. That is the power of conversations. So, next time when we are traveling, please resist the urge to pick up your earphone and put it on your ear. Speak to the person next to you. Once on a train to Coimbatore, I was taking a Toastmasters meeting throughout the train, and the person sitting next to me was attentively listening what was happening. At the end of the meeting, he kind of asked me what is Toastmasters and what you do and all of that. So when I explained it to him, uh, after 2 months, he called me and said, you know, after listening to you, I've gone and joined a Toastmasters club in Bangalore. Because we struck that conversation, this is how it resulted into something better for that person. And for me, I got a new connect in somebody with whom I still converse till now. So resist the urge to put the earphone. Just speak to the person next to you and start the conversation. You never know what will come out of it. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Menon, we have Toastmaster Sonal to provide the valuation report. Over to you, Toastmaster Sonal.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster, and distinguished Toastmaster Satish in particular. Firstly, sir, thank you very much for delivering such an important message to remove the earphone with presence, poise, and polish. The things that I liked about your speech was the structure, how you captivated us in the onset itself by using a earphone. So what happens when you use a visual aid? It enhances the presentation, it complements what you're saying, and therefore makes it more relatable to us. The second thing that I liked was about how you followed it up with 3 different anecdotes from your personal life. Now, you added your own touch and personal flavor that again resonated with me, connected with me on a very personal and an emotional level, which is something that I was able to relate to. And now coming to what I absolutely loved about your speech, something that I thought was the superstar of your speech that stuck out to me was the practical value your speech offered to us, where you said that earphones can build connection, it's also marring connections. Nowadays, it's dampening communication and therefore conversations are not taking place, which forge relationships. And you topped it up with a call to action. You not just left us with a message, you topped it up with a call to action where you urged us to resist the temptation of using the earphones and instead asked us to strike a conversation with the person next to us, and maybe that could lead to a further lifelong connection. Very well done. Now, to take this very good speech of yours a notch higher, I have just one suggestion for you, and that would be to explore humor. I felt there were opportunities in your speech where you could explore humor. For example, when you said we should carry a bunch of these earphones and gift it to people who are not using earphones and are listening to videos on loudspeaker, I mean, in the loud mode. So that, so I think, you know, how many of you have seen that in your railway stations, in buses? Have you all heard it? Isn't it disturbing? Don't you think we should give them one of these? So that exploring humor. And the other one would be my CEO, my friend, CEO Raju. he always buys a business class ticket. You know why? Not because he wants comfort, but because he wants to connect with the business class with the business class passengers. Again, my Toastmaster, my person next to me, Arjun. When we were traveling to Coimbatore, he was so intrigued. What is Toastmasters? What is happening? So much so that he actually went to Bangalore and became a member of Toastmasters. So I think there were opportunities for you to explore humor and connect with us more effectively and impactfully. In summation, a relatable topic, great structure, brilliant use of visual aids, and a solid message backed with a call to action. A little exploration of humor. I think your speech will go a notch higher. And with that, DTM Satish, I wish you all the best for your forthcoming speeches. Madam General Evaluator.